Imagine a world on the brink of collapse. Europe is burning. The trenches are filled with mud, fear, and bodies. We are in the First World War, the first industrial conflict in history. But between the bullets and explosions, something worse emerges. Something silent, invisible, a weapon that doesn't need to be fired. Its name is the Scarlet Death, a gas capable of mass destruction, an invention born from science and from human desperation. And when this weapon threatens to fall into the wrong hands, the fate of the world begins to depend on a single man. During the Great War, the world powers didn't just fight with armies. They fought with laboratories, with formulas, with experiments that crossed moral lines that should never have been crossed. From this, the Scarlet Death is born. A lethal gas, designed to decide wars in minutes. The problem isn't just its power, but the fact that it can be reproduced, it can be lost, it can be stolen. And if that happens, the war would no longer be a conflict between nations, but a death sentence for all of humanity. The question is no longer who will win the war. The question is, will the world survive? In the midst of this chaos, Adrian Durrel appears. Adrian is not a legendary hero. He's not a general or a brilliant scientist. He's a man with a broken past, with a last name that carries more weight than it should. But soon, he discovers something that changes everything. His family is tied to the origin of the Scarlet Death. What seemed like a distant tragedy becomes deeply personal. Adrian understands that he hasn't been chosen by chance. His history, his blood, and his past have led him to this exact moment. And now, he has a mission: to stop the gas, uncover its secrets, and find a possible cure. From that moment on, the novel transforms into a race against time. Adrian moves through a world devastated by war-broken city, battlefields, and corridors where the fate of millions is decided. Nothing is safe. No one is completely trustworthy. Along his journey, he encounters unexpected allies, hidden traitors, and real historical figures from the First World War. The story constantly blends fiction with reality, reminding us that everything that happens could have been real. As he searches for a way to stop the Scarlet Death, Adrian discovers something even more unsettling. The real danger isn't the gas, but the human will to use it. The tension reaches its peak when the gas is about to be released. Time is running out. Decisions can no longer be delayed. Adrian must confront not only his enemies, but himself, his fear, his legacy, and the most difficult question of all: how far are we willing to go to win? The climax combines action, revelations, and sacrifices. Here, the novel makes it clear that saving the world is never free. When the threat of the Scarlet Death reaches its conclusion, the story doesn't end with a perfect victory. There are scars. There are losses. There are decisions that will forever mark those who made them. Adrian Durrel is no longer the same man he was at the beginning. He has understood that power without responsibility destroys, that progress without ethics is a weapon, and that true heroism isn't found in creating, but in letting go. The Scarlet Death is an adventure novel, yes, but it's also a warning, a story set in the First World War that reminds us that when science and ambition run wild, the greatest enemy isn't the other side, it's ourselves.